All right. Greetings and salutations, YouTube. We're back here again with
Once
another tech
again,
update with Thomas.
Thomas.
You can see, you guys like the new design? I think it's pretty cool. That name is not official. It's called a Tech Show. Not official. I don't know if I'll be keeping it. So, but
I
if you
think
do,
Tech Topics.
Tech Talk, yes. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, we twits. Go ahead and follow us. Right there, you can see the whole thing right there. The stuff that you need to click on to follow us. So we got a bunch of topic here for you guys with AMD, the whole 9 yards computer stuff. You guys already know what it is. So
Yep. The whole lineup containing NVIDIA,
yeah.
AMD, Intel, you name it, they probably on here.
All right. Sorry, my Netflix showed up just now. I don't
Uh,
watch some of those shows that you guys just saw.
yes, we do.
No, man, don't lie to people like that. Don't lie to people like that. So, all right. So the first topic area we got for you guys here would be the NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti. This isn't confirmed, of course.
Take
Put this over
everything
here.
we say, if it's not released or things have not been shown off, take everything with a grain of salt.
That's right, a grain of salt. So a lot of rumors here. So 1080 Ti. Thomas, what do you think about this? It's gonna be based on the GP102. Again, this is take it with a grain of salt. This is an official. Not NVIDIA didn't come out with this yet. So, but what we do know, there will be a Titan. So we'll get to that later, which we did not add to this list.
Yes, we
Thomas,
did.
we did
I added it. Yeah, I
the
added it
new.
while you
Oh,
was
okay,
gone.
yes, I see. All right. That's how prepared we are. Okay, so the 1080 Ti will be based on GP102.
Yep.
And this is the bigger chip compared to GP104, which is available in the 10, 70, and 80. Um, and yeah, the RAM count, I don't know where that's going to be.
I think it's going to be around 8. I think it's
I
going to
still
stay 8.
I'm really feeling a little bit more. I'm
All
really
right.
am.
Since
I'm
we know
thinking.
since we know Nvidia like to use weird numbers often, we might get a 10 gigabyte chip. How about that?
Uh, um, I'm thinking. I don't know about that. It's possible. If that does come out, it would be hilarious. But I do think that it'll be about 12 gigabytes. The Titan would have 24, and like a Ti version would have 12. But from the look of things, everyone is just talking about the new Titan, and they're not which is going to be based on GP 100, 102, right?
Yeah, it's
102.
gonna. Yeah,
So everyone's just talking about that. So we don't know if the Ti is going to be a thing, and I don't know where they would
I'm
fit that
pretty sure
in.
it will. I'm pretty sure the Ti will be a thing. The way I'm viewing it right now, I don't like that the Ti won't be as big as the Titan because it they're changing the way the Ti was first introduced because the way the Ti was first introduced was as the same thing as the Titan,
Mm.
except you didn't get the double floating point.
Oh
But
yeah.
as when Maxwell came out and then they had the Titan X, there wasn't really any double floating point performance. That it wasn't really that good at it. So I guess that's why they cut down the cores on the Ti, because that was like the only thing they could really do.
Mm.
Differentiate the two. But it seems like they steady changing the TIs and everything to the point where they get it just right. And I don't know. I think I liked the TIs when they first came out, like the 780 Ti. I think the 780 Ti was the perfect version of the Ti. And that's just my point of view. It has the same amount of cores. It outperformed the Titan, even though it had lower RAM, and even though it had lower double floating point precision.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't buy the card for that. That's not the reason why you bought the card. So I just feel like that was the best TI that came out.
Okay. Um, so do you, I also feel that the 1080 Ti is going to have GDDR5X and the Titan's going to
Yeah,
have HBM2. Why do I feel it? Like I feel that. I'm feeling that right now. Like I'm feeling that it's going to have that. So I'm feeling right around 10 gigabits per second GDDR5, maybe 12,
I'm
right?
pretty sure they're gonna hit 12. I'm pretty sure if they don't hit 12, 11 is gonna be base.
I
Mark that because I highly don't see them going after 10 gigabits on
Yeah,
the
the Ti,
memory.
the 1080 is already there. Um,
Yeah.
crap. I lost my way of point. Okay. I forgot what I was about to say. I was about to say something else, and I forgot what it was.
Because
Oh
you
yes, yes. What they need to do is really separate the cards this time around. Because the 980 Ti and the Titan X, they're very close to each other. Some tests that the Ti was beaten. It's just the difference in prices. It doesn't justify the performance that you're getting from the card. So you're
but
talking from 650 to 1,000. Yes, it does have 12 gigabytes of RAM, but
no, I wasn't even finna say
well,
that.
yeah, but this it's like the performance. This I don't
You
really.
have to look at it like this, Fabian. One is one card is aiming at people who want to professionally
They keep
video
saying that.
edit
They keep saying that.
while
I don't
gaming.
like.
But
Go ahead.
the 980 Ti was pointed at gamers. There's a reason why you cannot when you have to use the reference design board of the Titan X, but you could create custom boards for the 980 Ti. It's aimed at two different markets. One market will never buy a 980 Ti simply because the Titan X is better for what they want to do. When it comes to rendering and stuff like that, that VRAM, that's what you want. You never want 6 gigs. You never want 8 gigs. You want 12. You want everything over 10 gigs. 12, 16, 32, 24. You want all those because
Didn't they come out? They did
with
come out with that card though. They did.
AMD just
24.
can't.
Oh, it's
Uh,
AMD. Right.
no,
Yes. Was it?
Nvidia did just come out with a card that was 24 gigabytes,
Where
but
was AMD?
AMD just went back over them, and now AMD has a card out with 32 gigabytes, and
Well, I'll be damned.
yeah, I believe it's based off of the 380X architecture as well, but it's like the programs that they're using doesn't really benefit from cores and speeds like that. It benefits from the amount of VRAM that they have, and so that's why that it's aiming at two different markets.
Mm. I still don't really feel that way. I see it, but at the same time, I don't really. I mean, I don't really feel that way completely. I'm more 50-50.
Oh, okay. I'll take 50-50.
So that's how I can't. It's kind of hard, but maybe I just have to accept that fact. But you know, yeah. So let's go ahead. Anything else you want to put on here? Let me just go over the stuff here. Now these are actually just grain of salt, people. Grain of salt. All right. Everything you see here, don't really take it in as it is. All right. We're just speculating. All right. So it is on 60 nanometers. The transistors is going to be 10.8 billion compared to 7.2 from the 1080. 60 SMs versus 40 from the 1080. The core count is going to be around 3840. So from 2560 from the 1080. So if the Titan, the new Titan, which we'll get into later on, or maybe we should get into that next.
Yeah, maybe we
Probably
should.
probably will have about 4,000, maybe a little bit more than that. Don't know how much more, but yes. So and it's gonna be pulling around 250 watts, just like the previous cards. But yeah, this is what it is. And we should be hearing from. Let's just go to the next article. We can get into that one because there's something happening in August from what Gamescom, right? Is it Gamescom? Do you know?
Yep, it is.
Okay, so let's just go into the next one. The new card that's about to come out or be announced, and it opens it up here. I don't understand why I would open it up there. All right, so the 1080. Even though I just have this link open here. The Titan, the new Titan should be, and it doesn't say that in the title. Preparation. The new Titan is going to be called Titan P.
No,
Apparently.
that's just what everybody needs.
Apparently, Titan P. Apparently, right? Hasn't been come out officially yet, and that'll be announced likely in August for Gamescom. So yeah, we'll see when it comes out then. But what they're saying here is that it's going to be 50% faster than the 1080. So I don't know if I could see. I'm kind of more in between, maybe 25, maybe 30%.
I give it 30 at most.
About,
I give it
yeah.
30 at most. Wait, so what's the TDP of the 1080? Isn't it 180 watts?
Yes, 180.
Cause I give it like 30%. Yeah. Okay. So when you do math, it comes out around 28% of the TDP. Like bump up like 28%. So I have to say around 30. I can't say 50%. Like I have to say 30. That's it for me.
Okay. We'll see. Grain of salt. But yeah, if it does hit it, it will be shocking.
Yes, it will.
But yeah, I'm saying right between 25 and 30%.
It'll be a milestone.
So there that is. So next month, August, Gamescom, they're going to be announcing this card, and we're going to be definitely keeping up with it as it releases. So if you're looking, you want to see my pretty face and Thomas, you want to see us talk about this, subscribe. We'll definitely be doing more content, more podcasts. So with that being said, it's saying here, okay, this is from the new card. Is this a picture of it? This looks like, okay, that's the Founders Edition PCB. That PCB, the Heat Shroud. What is this? Did you read this article?
Which article are you on?
The same one, the NVIDIA Pascal based, the 50% faster than the 1080.
Yeah, I read through it just a little bit.
Okay.
They're pretty much saying like it's gonna be the same card that they are using in the Tesla, just converted over to the PCIe interface. Like that's pretty much what they're saying.
Okay.
But I don't know what's up with that PCB because it look like the power supplies is on. I mean the slots for the PCIe connect is on the back of the card. Look like the back of the card. Well, not really back, but you know, on the long side.
Yeah, I actually do like that position compared to being on the top because of the way you can route the cables. I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know.
It's probably majority of everybody. You know, I'm building my computer based on aesthetics. So I'm trying to, like I said, I want like a white and black graphics card and white and black RAM, white and black RAM and everything. And when I get me a modular power supply, I will be buying white and black cables, and I want them cables to go directly down. Like I already got it all planned out of how it's gonna look.
Okay.
But I want you to see the cables up in my build. Similar to Paul's hardware. Similar to how he got his stuff.
Paul's. What case is he using again? The Define R5, I think, right?
I believe so.
He's using the same case as Kyle. They were using the same case, I believe. I think. Um, okay. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to another article.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the custom cards for the 1080?
Sure.
Should be. Oh, it keeps doing that. I gotta keep dragging this shit over. So the GTX 1080. These are the custom cards. You guys already know about this stuff already. You know, it's already out. Pretty much everyone, major YouTuber reviewed them already. They have RGB, and you know I like that. Right, Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah, RGB, RGB. I just wish my card had, you know, this kind of stuff when I bought it. But
See, I have the Sapphire R9 290 Vapor X, and it's obviously RGB, but we cannot control it because as the card get hotter and hotter, it changes color. So it's obviously RGB, but we cannot control it. Like it
yeah,
go from blue, yellow to red.
I'm really liking the classified. That's all I want to buy is just classified cards. But yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely know what you're
the
talking about.
classified do look nice. Is the classified the one with the RGB? Yes, it is. That'll look
Yeah, I think they
really
all have
nice.
them. From most of them, sure, all of
Mm,
them, right?
no, it say the bottom three, the SC, ACX 3.0, and Founders Edition, is they have LEDs, but it's not RGB. It's only the FTW and the classified which has RGB.
RGB or go home. That's all. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
at
just
this
change the
point,
color to the tuning of your case. You know, I really like that. That's good.
hmm Yep,
Everything
at
is
this
going
point,
RGB. I'm
the
surprised.
RGB will go home.
I'm
Yeah,
very.
it's been like the year RGB.
I'm. Aren't there PSUs with RGB fans in them? No, probably not. But maybe we should see some of those. You know, the motherboard's doing it. You got fans that do it. You know,
I
so
mean, at this point, we could take a fan. We could
do that.
certain certain
Yes.
certain motherboard. I mean, certain fan. I mean, certain power supplies. You could take a fan and put them in there. And I'm pretty sure that somebody has put an RGB fan in their motherboard already. I mean, not motherboard,
Power
power
supply.
supply. Yeah, getting mixed up over here.
Yes. All right. Moving on to the next topic. Um, this is going to be with AMD's Summit Ridge. The
What?
AM4 Summit Ridge.
AMD
AMD.
Summit Ridge.
Yeah, they're Zen CPU.
I thought we had like one more NVIDIA topic.
I'm trying to flip
Yeah.
flop. I'm not
Oh,
trying to
okay.
just go through the whole shit with Nvidia. I'm
Okay.
going back and forth. All right, so yes, AMD's new Zen architecture showed off at the. Where did they show this off at? She had it on stage.
Yep, she had it on stage when they right. It was like in the middle, I believe, in the middle of the video.
Yes. So 8 cores and 16 threads.
Yep, 8 cores and 16 threads. And I'm still glad they using the PGA pen style instead of LGA.
Yes,
I'm
as
st-
we've talked about that with the
yeah,
shortage and the Intel, it possibly could happen.
yeah.
Probably depends on if you you want to take your thumb and play around with it a little bit on the Intel platform. That could really mess it up, of course. So
Mhm.
40% IPC improvement. The new AM4 desktop platform finally happening for enthusiasts. So can't wait for this CPU to come out. Um,
Yes, it's
Eight
gonna be
cores, 16 threads. I'm really
yeah.
I want to see pricing definitely. It's time, man, for this to happen. And AMD's like butt raping us.
AMD has to price
Not AMD,
it.
Intel's butt raping us.
AMD has to price it. Not, I have to say it has to be like 500 for that 8 core, 16 threads. I feel like it has to be 500 because at this point in time,
Hmm.
AMD needs as much money as they could get. AMD needs as much money as they could get. And if they, I say 600 most, because if
I was thinking
they could get,
700. Uh, I was really seeing this at $700. Depending on where it performs in conjunction to Intel's 5960X.
Yeah, I know, but they need to steal market from Intel.
They do, and they can definitely do that. If they did that, they could definitely do that, given that it gives the performance, which it looks like it can.
Because if let's say if AMD were to steal like 15% from Intel, 15% would put AMD in a way better position. Like AMD would double their, like more than double their self right now if they were to at least get 15% of Intel.
Look at that CPU. It just says AMD on it.
Yep. And you know I'm kind of a little AMD fan, so
yes, yes
really,
you are.
I can't wait for that chip to come out.
I'm excited too. I want to see what it does. Because I'm getting tired of AMD Intel raping us right now. We're gonna get into that pretty much next. What were you about to say?
I said, let me clear this up.
Okay.
I might be a little AMD fan. Might be a little
AMD,
but I don't let it interfere with results. Results are one thing. Being a fan is a whole nother thing. Like I cannot sit here and tell you some nonsense which will be proved wrong by everybody else, and I'm the only person talking about some. Yeah, no, I would not do that. I am a fan. I am a fan, but look, I'm an AMD fan, but right now I have a Z170 board. I'm using my Z170
he is switching
platform.
over to Intel for now, right? Is that it?
Yeah,
for now?
Yeah, just for now.
Just for now. He's gonna go over to the Skylake, and he's gonna be switching back to Zen when it comes out.
Yep.
So, I mean, because you're gonna keep the Skylake just for benching and stuff like that. You're not gonna like get rid of it or anything, right? No, of course not.
I might even put it up in a spare PC or something like that. It won't be in my main PC, but it might be in like a little ITX build because I'm thinking about getting the NZXT Mantra soon.
Wait, NZXT what?
Mantra.
What the heck is that?
I believe that's how it's either Mantra or Manta. It's a new ITX case, and it's pretty nice looking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Manta. NZXT Manta.
I would love.
It's like. Wait, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's like a rounded case. Like I have the Noctis 450.
Do you have a link? Like Google a link real quick so we can show them what it is?
Yep, I'll send you a link right now.
All right. Woo.
All right, here you go. Wait, let me send it through the link. Go to the top of the page. I put the link at the top of the page.
Ooh, look at that motion. Hoping I get a copyright. Oh my God, what's happening?
What's going on?
Hold on. Is this it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Oh, you know what? Let's just open this up again. Because it just went away. I don't have time to troubleshoot. I don't have time for that. Let's get into it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm thinking about either the white and black Manta or the black and red Manta.
It has some curves to it.
Those are the two.
She's got some hips. That's for sure.
Got a lot of curves to it, and that's the reason why I'm liking it. I might end up just using that as my main case because it's a design that I'm really liking, and it fits water cooling inside of there. So that's my type of thing. I will be buying a Hue Plus soon.
Aren't those things sold out everywhere?
Nope, they have them in stock on NZXT website.
Okay.
I just checked yesterday.
LED. I like that power LED. It's nice.
Yeah.
So what are these like in the front? That's 140 millimeters?
140. No, it could fit a triple rad up in there, I believe. Yeah, it could fit a triple rad up in there. Wait. Let me make sure. Let me make sure, cause it might be 240s. Yeah, it could fit dual 280 millimeters up in there.
You can put a hard drive. That's how much space that's in the back. You can actually put a hard drive on the back. Like, damn, that's good for cable management. Mine's
Yes.
barely got anything in the back.
Yeah, it got enough space for three
Yeah, that's huge.
2.5
Pause.
2.5 drives and two 3.5 drives. So I could fit at least like uh two hard drives that's like 2 terabytes each of capacity,
Mm-hmm.
and two SSDs so I can have my RAID 0, and then I'd be perfectly fine. Probably
Okay.
had the 6700K up in there, and then I'm not sure what graphics card I would put up in there. Probably a RX480 or something. I'm not sure.
All right. Okay. Okay. Um. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. Where is this? All right. So this is the Intel Broadwell E. So we're gonna talk about this.
That thing gonna be a monster.
Whoop. All right. So my one main thing about this, okay, it's a 10 core. The 6950X at the top of the line is 10 cores. Okay. Now, I know a lot of you guys already know this stuff already, but I haven't had a chance to really vent on this. This processor's cost $1,723. We're gonna check on Newegg really quick. See what it's actually going for. I think it was 1,800 or something like that.
Man, for just two extra cores and four more logical threads.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. So that is actually pretty much the same. Oh my, you fit. All right, fine, whatever. So there it is, $1,729, or basically $30. 10 cores, 20 threads. Extremely overpriced. That's how I see this. And this, when I saw this, this really pissed me off. It really did, because of how expensive it is. What's the frequency it comes in at?
It comes in at 3 gigahertz, boost up to 3.5 gigahertz.
That's not all the cores, of course, but $1,730 is what they're asking for this, what they want for this CPU, and I think that's really ridiculous. Very, very ridiculous. That's the one thing. All I really wanted to talk about. It is 10 cores. You know, we're waiting on AMD help us out a little bit in this area, in this department. So we're waiting on them Zens, man.
Yeah.
AMD, let us hurry up with that stuff. So, but this is highly ridiculous. I did the calculation, and I remember it's been a little while since I did it. I got so upset that I started doing math. But it was definitely overpriced. I think if you were to buy the equivalency of this, if you were to buy the 6700K, it would cost like $700 according to this pricing. So, but it's been a while. I don't really remember the whole math of it. But it's $1,700 for this processor. It's really ridiculous. It is. So they're a little cocky. You put it up there, see who's. I wonder how many people are actually buying it. You know, I actually saw this. It actually got sold out. It really did.
You have to realize these chips are made for the people who
I
have
know.
more money than.
I'm aware, but shit, $1,700. All 5 people are happy. All right, let's go ahead, move on to another topic. You want to choose one, or you want me to pick one for you?
No, you can go ahead and pick it.
All right.
I'm just gonna sit back.
Okay. Let's see.
Broadwell E. I mean, no, we just.
We
I
just-
mean,
we
Skylake X. I meant to say Skylake X.
All right. It keeps opening on that tab. Oh my god. All right. Well, I guess this is gonna do. So Skylake S coming quarter 2 of 2017. It's going to have what is it? Okay, this is a different article. I was gonna see how much the pin count was, but that's not the case with this article.
Oh,
but all we do know is, or all I know is that it's coming in 2017. And this is a CPU I kind of want to get, but I don't know. I might not wait for it to come out. So, but we do have Kaby Lake coming out. Was this pushed back? Because I don't know. I think it was supposed to come out sometime. Kaby Lake. Kaby Lake.
Kaby Lake. Stop it.
Kaby Lake. I don't know.
Yeah, Kaby. It's Kaby.
Kaby. Wow.
Yeah.
I prefer Kaby, but all right.
But yeah, Kaby Lake was pushed back, and I believe the reasoning was PC sales, CPU sales for PC is significantly down.
I wonder why. I really do wonder why. Maybe, they could make their processors better, or give us more core or something like that for cheaper. I don't know. So. Yeah, this is pretty much all we have on this. So
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Q2 set 2017 for the Skylake X. So
it
of course
be
it's
early 2017 though. Like,
17, right? Is that what I said?
Yeah. Yes. No, I think quarter 2 2017. I believe it was earlier than that, but
I haven't seen anything else that stated that it was actually going to release earlier.
I seen quarter 1 before.
That was before. This is now. This is now. So 2017, quarter 2, we're gonna have Skylake X. So and Kaby Lake X processors. All right.
2 different architectures at one time. That doesn't sound so good.
They're not doing a TikTok cycle anymore.
Yeah, I know.
So
but releasing 2 different architectures at the same time still doesn't sound good to me.
Maybe this one will be $2,000. So
maybe we might get 12 cores, 24 threads, extreme processors.
Yep. $2,000.
Yep.
All right.
$2,048.
So continuing from this, we have some little bit more details from the Skylake, from the Enthusiast platform. So it's going to have about 3647 pins on the processor.
That's a lot of pins.
Huh?
That's a lot of pins.
It is. It's a major jump from 2011. So
it's a major jump from 1511.
there's 2011. 2011 socket, 2011 pins. So it's a pretty big jump. Makes me tempted to wait for it, but I feel like this one here, again, $2,000. I'm really feeling it, so it's just getting up in there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this, right? Yo, I forgot to show you all the picture. I'm sorry. Go ahead and take a look at it. Look at that. That's massive. That is massive. Wow. Okay.
Let me see. It was
Foxconn.
Foxconn.
Yeah, I'm showing them the socket. They're taking it in. Take it all in. 3647 pins.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a lot of pins. That's a lot of pins. How many cores would they need, or how many APCs will you gain to like utilize that many pins? Because we have seen them go up in pins and then drop down in pins in the pin count, and still it's still
from Haswell to Skylake is like 1 pin. But I know one thing for sure. This is probably gonna be two grand. So keep your eyes out, of course. So yes.
Let me see. How about we talk about the Pascal asynchronous compute?
Oh, NVIDIA Pascal GTX 1080 async compute capability detailed. Has NVIDIA done enough to bridge the gap between DX12?
it's not able to bridge the gap.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, we definitely saw it with Hitman. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yes, that's spoken for.
That's because the way that they do it, it's like dynamic. They do it. It's not literally asynchronous. Like they can have compute and then these four other graphic cues running at the same time. It's like they start the compute queue and then when the graphics queue come in, they could do the graphics queue while running like a little bit of the compute queue at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like dynamically altering. But it's on a software level. It's not on a synchronous compute hardware level. Like if you look at the benchmark, like if you look at the benchmarks and Ashes of the Singularity, they get a benefit. Versus DirectX 11, they go up 3 frames per second. But if you go to that was at 1440p, and if you look at the 1080p, the difference on 1080p with the crazy preset, they only go up 1 frame. And then if you look at 4K extreme preset, they lose they lose 1 frames a second versus DirectX 11. So it's showing that it still is software cannot do what hardware can. They're being limited by the software. But NVIDIA cannot just simply add a synchronous compute to their graphics cards. If they were to do that, they would have to reconstruct the entire architecture.
Yeah, definitely. That's the motorbike outside. Yes, bitch, I'm not recording shit. Thank you. God damn, these people. I swear to God. Okay. All right. I muted the mic for a second too. Like he was coming, he made a U-turn. He went up, turned back around, came down back the street. So yeah, for sure. It's definitely software. I haven't really heard about this. I haven't. Last thing I heard was we're adding it. We're working on that. We're adding it to the GPU. That's the last thing I heard. Yeah, and from then I never heard anything else. I know it's probably going to be software if it's not hardware. I guess I kind of thought or read some people thought that it was not enabled on the driver's side. But it looks like it is a driver that's doing the whole work for it. So it freaking sucks.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. It's only for the 10 series.
Ooh, it hurts a little bit. Yeah. Okay. All right. So maybe we'll have better luck with the 11 series then when it comes out. Hopefully they actually make it proper. So
I don't think so. That will take.
I mean, what's it the natural development cycle? 3, 4, 4 years? I don't know.
Yeah,
something like that.
3, 4 years.
So this is pretty interesting. If Battlefield 1 or when Battlefield 1 comes out, I think like it needs to be with like really major games like that. And that's when people are you're gonna start seeing differences, and people start probably become more outrageous about their more expensive card, and this cheaper card is beating this way more expensive card. So we'll definitely see that happening. If I don't know what's going on with Battlefield 1, what they're doing over there, but I'm sure it should have the X12.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're gonna use the X12.
Yeah. So we'll see when it comes out what's gonna happen. For all the people and so okay, well that's that for that. Let's go ahead and move on. You have anything else to say on this, or that's it?
No, that was pretty much it. They enabled asynchronous compute. Some instance it works really good, some it just don't.
That's just awful. I don't know what they're doing over there.
I mean, it's a limitation of the hardware. I mean, it's a limitation of the hardware because they don't. Their architecture is not based off of It's not based off a true dynamic altering. It's like they can't run their hardware is physically limited. They cannot run a graphics queue with multiple com with a compute queue with multiple graphics queue coming through as well at the same time and being able to execute them all. Th- That's like they're highly optimized for DirectX 11, and DirectX 11 was like a single path. Just
But
get that
that's
single
still pretty
path through.
stupid. It's like, okay, you put DX12 on the box. So
At this
I would
point,
expect that to be a feature that would be available on that card.
yes, yes, but at this point, it seems like DirectX 12 is just a marketing scheme. Look at Rise of the Tomb Raider. They talking about DirectX 12. But if you go and look dig deep and look at what they said about theirs, don't use it. It's broken. So it looks like at this point in time, DirectX 12 is just a marketing scheme. And you just have to look at it like this how me and my older brother look at it. Nvidia graphics cards is like a single core CPU that could run at like 5 gigahertz. But
Okay.
an AMD is like a multi-core CPU that runs at like 1.2 gigahertz. So AMD could could do multiple different queues at the same time and gain performance from it because that's how they're more multi-core like. But with Nvidia, when it's coming through a straight path, they could execute that straight path super fast. That's more single core like.
Okay. I see what you're saying there. Still pretty mad though. You know, you put DX12 in a box. This seems like it should be a feature that should be with this card. Every
Yeah, I
single
understand.
DX12 cards. But
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Asynchronous compute is a big part of DirectX 12 and
it
Vulkan,
is.
and they don't support it. I understand exactly what you're saying, but they do support other features that AMD don't support. But it's more for calculations and graphical settings.
I can't get onto this site though. All right, but I hear what you're saying. Um, but I guess maybe they'll actually have it on the hardware with the 1100 series.
Let's just hope.
So, but do better. It's what they need. They better do. That's what they need. Yeah, just hope. I want. Okay. You put a link here for the 1080 matches the 980, right?
Go to 1060.
1060 shats. 1060 matches the 980. Now I'm having it. It's taking me to Forbes, and it won't let me continue to the goddamn site for some reason.
Oh, it really won't. All right, just go to Google. Just type in. Just go to Google and type in
Could it be
NVIDIA.
because
It
of my ad
should.
block? Hold on. Domain.
Nah, I just went to it as well, and it just took me to the Forbes.com. But just go to Google and type in NVIDIA. It should be like the third thing that pops up.
It legit just okay. I think it's working now. Okay. So the 1060, right?
Yep.
These are leaks, or is this is a leak, right? The 1060.
Yeah, it's a leak.
All right. So
Grain of salt.
yes, grain of salt. 6 gigs of memory.
Oh my god.
Just like my card. So yeah, and it should have 980 performance. So, and they're saying they're probably getting a 3 and a 6 gig model.
Oh my god. Please,
Um,
why 3 gigs?
oh,
Leave the 3 alone,
oh,
please. No more
3 GB.
780s. No more 780s.
Yeah,
Leave the
3 is
3
very
alone.
low. Um, so
If they really execute a 3 gig card, I could only see in that being a 1080p monster. When it comes to 1440, and
yeah, it's probably
it's
gonna
just
take a
going
hit.
yeah, it's gonna take a heavy hit. You want to turn a lot of settings up, and it's not 3 gigs on what's your favorite game? GTA?
Huh?
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Three gigs on GTA isn't nothing. What you
Yeah,
gonna have?
my turned up. I think I had a 4x MSA though. I think 2x, 4x. I think it's 4x. If you're using like 5 gigs, a little over 5 gigs.
But still, anti-aliasing isn't gonna use a gig by itself. It's still in-game settings that's making you use that gig. You probably using like 300, 400 megabytes when it comes to the anti-aliasing.
So the price they're saying also, I don't think they have it here, but they're saying it's probably going to come in at around 250.
Yeah, I believe 250 is where it's gonna start.
Would
That's
that
probably
be
gonna
that would
be the
probably
three.
be MSRP or is that founders? You know, Nvidia with your bullshit. Y'all got to cut the shit out.
Uh, mm.
I,
Nah, that would be MSRP, but the founders will be 430.
huh?
Nah.
What?
Okay,
430. Nah.
yeah, I'm just messing around. But
uh,
the founders might be like 300
I
for
was
the
think I was thinking
founders
right around
edition.
there. Maybe like 280, 279. Maybe I
Yeah,
think is where they're probably gonna put it at.
280
279.
at least.
Yeah.
280. 280.
Yeah.
Like
So
no, at most 280 because after that you're going to be approaching the territory of the 1070 and you
hmm
don't want to do that.
unfortunately, if you go on Amazon, you'll probably find the car for around $500.
Oh
So
yeah, I know because they do the whole founders edition and people who create custom cards are going to be like my card is better than this reference card, so I'm going to price it more. It's it's basic. It's basic when you think about it. But I don't know. This is the most expensive. This is the most expensive generation of Nvidia graphics cards. So
yeah,
we don't know
not the
what to
jets. It's just how
expect.
the price inflated. When the 1080 came out, there was like I saw it for like $1,200, 1,300 bucks.
Yeah, but that's because there's not a lot of 1080s and 1070s out there. It's just
I don't like the way Amazon
if
does
you're
that.
talking about I'm just talking about like what the board partners are selling for. The all anything that's of some good quality, the board partners are selling above the $700 mark, and that makes this the most expensive generation.
Oh yeah.
You're not finna find a Founders Edition for 700, and then find a MSI Gold Gaming Edition 630. No, you're not finna see that. Because they're gonna feel like my card is better than yours. So I'm gonna price it higher.
Um, are we still recording? Whoop.
Was it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at Amazon right now. The 1080 is like 859.
Yeah.
So I don't like the way Amazon does everything, man. It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah. So will it be around 1080? I mean 980 performance? God damn, I keep saying it.
I don't know.
Probably. I think so. I
I
think
think
so because the 1070 is pretty much hitting the 980 Ti. So I think it'll be right around a 980. Whether or not it's below it or above it, I don't know. But it will be right around the 980. So,
okay.
yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on that. Okay, so what other topics we got here? What other? Ah, yes, the RX480. So we do have, well, we got two topics on that.
We have more than two topics.
You got more than two?
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing two here.
1, 2, 3, 3. Yep, we got 3.
Okay, which one are you looking at?
Um, I just seen you up there on the 4 gig to 8 gig.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yep, let's talk. Let's start with that.
All right, so I got
So,
mad tabs open. All right,
I got like 5 tabs open. I've been closing them down after.
nah, don't close them down, boss. So apparently, if you have a 4 GB card, I think it's on certain models, motherboard models, the main board models, I believe, from what
Mm-hmm.
I read before. I don't know if that's the case. If you have a 4 GB card, you can actually flash it to 8 gigs.
Yep,
So let's
it's
go
the
take a look at the
like
CPUs
the
here.
first. It's like the first
I've never actually
wave.
seen this before.
Oh,
I haven't personally. I don't know if
oh,
it did exist before, but I've never seen like being able to flash your card with a lower gig and flash it to a higher gig card. I've not seen that before.
yeah. It was I believe it was with Sapphire. Like they Vapor X. They had like a couple of Vapor X's that had like 8 gigs,
Mm,
but they costed too much. So they like limited them to 4 and then turned them into, I believe it was the Toxic series or the Trip or the Triax. It was one of the series, and they did it before. It wasn't that many cards because Sapphire is pretty fast with the modifications. I mean, with the like different revisions that they do.
right.
But yeah, this it has been done before.
Okay. I definitely know that you can unlock more stream processors and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So with this
like
here, yeah, I'm not. This is the first time I've heard of it. But from what you're saying there, that happened before. But this is the first time I've officially heard of this. Like so.
oh okay.
Yeah. From 4 gig to 8 gig, man.
And all you have to do is just flash the BIOS.
All you gotta do is flash it. How does it work? I don't know.
Um,
I
I, I
special
I know how it
tools
works.
or
Yeah, it's the special tools are pretty simple to use. It's pretty simple to use, and it's pretty. It's like,
is it just like a regular flash? I have not read the article, but is it just like a regular flash or?
yep, just a regular flash.
Yep,
You
that's
just
easy.
you download ATI flash. You put it on a USB. You start your computer up. You boot from that
Oh, you're going through the
USB,
DOS. Okay.
and then you flash your card. Flash your card. After you do that, try to boot up. If you can't boot, then you make sure you have a backup. I'm not telling you to do this, but
Yeah, you could actually you can break your card by trying to flash, even though it might be proper. I've had this issue. I probably messed up in that area because I did that with the 980 Ti. I had this other BIOS, another 980 Ti BIOS. Wasn't the classified, but it was the same BIOS. Um, or was the BIOS number was the same. The BIOS version was the same. So I flashed it. It boot. I got a signal, but when it comes to like logging into the desktop, it just hangs and crashes every time. So you got to be careful. Take this with a warning. If you're gonna flash, make sure you have a secondary graphics card available to you, so that you can reflash the other card. I've
yep,
bricked. I've had an AMD card where I bricked it before, bricked NVIDIA cards before. In order to reflash it, you actually just need to have a second card. But if you
yeah,
got a
second
card
card or like
on
onboard
board,
graphics.
yeah, same thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Second card. You got a dual BIOS card, you good. But
yeah,
we talking about this. We talking about the RX480. This only has one BIOS on it. So yeah, so we're not don't go do it and be like, oh my god, baby, you broke my shit. No, don't do that. Okay. So just know that there's a possibility that you could break your card, and if you break it, we're not responsible for it because you got to understand what you're doing. Okay, that you could possibly break your card, it might not work anymore. So
yep. You have to understand that. But well,
pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking at the images here. This is Black Ops 3 at 4K. Uh, it's a
Black Ops
game.
3 4K.
It's a game. You know, you have 8 GB, so you're going from 4 to 8. So a lot of people I know, I would have tried this. Knowing me, I would have definitely tried this. I would have taken that risk to break my card to try to unlock it from 4 to 8 gigs. I would have done that. That's me.
I mean, but as long as you have a second graphics processor anywhere, you could unbreak it.
Yeah. I mean, there have been one case. Jay bricked one of his cards and he was unable to recover from it. Did you see that?
That was one of his 780s, and he was doing some extreme stuff with that 780.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, he was still flashing the BIOS. I mean,
yeah.
So,
but he was flashing like modded BIOS and everything.
Yeah, mine's modded too in a way. GPU boost disabled, but you know, but Jay's 2 cents. A lot of you guys know him. He's had this issue where he's had 780. Is you're saying? Because I don't remember which card it was. Where he flashed it and he was unable to recover from it, even though he tried everything that we're saying. The graphics chip. He even tried calling up EVGA to help him, and it was a no-go. So it was pretty much permanent. So rest in peace, GPU. Let's go ahead and move on from this. Anything else you want to say about it? Or...
Nope, that's it.
Okay, I don't know why this has popped up. Okay, so next article.
See, Rx480 power requirements not optimal.
Yes, and I keep having to do this. All right, okay, it worked this time. All right. So as you guys know, the Rx480, a lot of people were, getting a little concerned about it, about the PCIe, about it going over the 75 watt, and people were basically throwing their hands up, going crazy about it.
Oh my God! How dare they?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kenny, gonna have to wait. So basically, what's happening here is because everybody's fussing around of this thing potentially, from what they're saying, could probably kill your PCI slot. What they've done is they're going to be releasing a new driver tomorrow, the 7th. Today's the 6th. That would actually have a toggle. See, you can turn it off or on. Is it off by default?
Yep, it's off by default.
It's off. So you'll be able to toggle it to be able to limit that extra from it not going above the 75 watts. So what that would do, though, in conjunction with all of that happening, is if you're overclocked, your clock might not be stable anymore, because it is actually limiting the card at this point. So
it sounds like, I'm not even sure anymore, because it sounds like they're handing all the extra watts over to the PCIe connector.
Yes, it does have a 6-pin, which pulls, as you guys know, 75 watts.
I say this, it depends on the quality of your power supply. If you have a really good quality power supply that can handle the extra power going over the PCIe connector, your overclock should still be stable. But if you have some bottom of the barrel power supply that you got for $20, then
oh my God,
you might be out of luck. Because let's be honest, the only people who are having these problems is the people who buy very cheap computer parts, and you get what you pay for. Buy a cheap computer part, put something in there that's not cheap. I can't tell you that the compatibility is going to be there. You spend $40 on the motherboard, put a $250 graphics card up in there. That's not the same price range.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I was thinking about it for a second, about $40 motherboards. I don't know. It just seems like everyone else seems to be agreeing, with the PCI thing about it, possibly could damage the slot. It's not to kill your motherboard, but it'll damage the slot where you're not gonna, it might not be able to give the power through the PCI slot. So, I don't know what else to say about this. But there's a fix coming tomorrow. So you'll be able to limit your card to 75 watts on the PCIe lane. So yes. So it won't be going over these specs anymore, even though they did say that the PCI was able to go to 300 watts, right? But it wasn't like
PCI
consistent. Yeah, it wasn't consistent. The spikes is okay, but like if it stays there, it's not.
Yeah, but you need a good motherboard to maintain it.
Yes,
you need
you would. Yeah,
great
you
motherboard,
would. Yeah.
and you need a good power supply because there will be voltage fluctuations, and you need that 8+2 phase. You need that 10+2 phase, that 12 phase power supply. I mean, not power supply, motherboard. And to filter that voltage and send it where it needs to be, without those spikes interrupting your overclocks on. And plus, let's get this straight.
Okay.
It's not the Rx480 at stock isn't killing motherboards. It's the Rx480 when they overclock it. Overclocking isn't recommended. The overclock isn't recommended. They even give you a warning before you overclock that you could damage your hardware. If you go through with that and you overclock anyway, at this point, it's on you. When it's at stock speeds, you're fine. When
I'm sure of that. Yeah.
When you overclock, that's when this happens. So you cannot blame AMD because even in AMD's what is it called, driver, where they Radeon settings, where they even make overclocking accessible to the public, where you don't have to download MSI Afterburner.
I really like that though. What, man?
Yeah.
I like that.
Me too. And before they even let you even look at the overclocking settings, it specifically gives you warnings. If you say I accept and you kill your motherboard, you said you accept the responsibility.
Pretty much. This goes for like every single component though.
Yeah.
You overclock it, so it's always a risk when you're overclocking.
Yeah, like me right now, I'm overclocking my memory from 2133 to 2667. And when I booted my computer, I was getting artifacts, weird looking artifacts. And it took me to increase the voltage in order for the artifacts to stop happening. And thank God that MSI got like a suit where I really don't know if the word is suit or suite, because I'm not sure how to say it, but I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm talking about. The MSI control center, where I can increase the voltage of the DRAM. I'm not sure if it's for all motherboards or just MSIs, but I could increase the DRAM's voltage from, I believe Auto had it at 1.21, and I had to increase it to 1.20 like 3 to stop having artifacts. So I put it at 1.25, so I know I'm not going to have any artifacts because it's enough voltage going to the RAM.
Okay. What I would have liked is an 8-pin connector. I really think I would have liked that in terms of aesthetics also. Because 8 pins, some people, you have 8-pin plug, you don't have like 2 of them hanging over or something like that. So I think it would have been better off that way, uh, rather than just going with a 6-pin. But
Yeah,
these are reference models.
one 8 pin would have been enough, because then that one 8 pin would have been able to supply 150 watts.
Yep, I think they should have went that way. So, but
I just
yeah,
say if you want to overclock, wait for the board and wait for the add-in board partners.
I would say that too. So next topic, I think it's kind of related to this.
Yes, it is undervolting.
Yeah. Oh my god, I keep falling for
It's
that.
with it's with the Rx480. How as of us talking, the voltage is a little too high on the Rx480. I believe you could drop the voltage by like
It is.
yeah, you could actually lower the voltage on the Rx480 and get better FPS than at stock voltage. And it's like five, no, it's like 3 FPS. It's like 3 FPS difference.
Okay.
Yeah, cause like at stock
I'm seeing it here.
the let me see, where's the RX480 at stock? It's at
1266. 1260.
1266.
I think it's
No,
1260.
that's the overclock. I mean, that's the overclock. But I'm talking about like the
The
voltage.
oh yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so it's at
10.
1137,
Okay.
1.137 volts. And the person undervolting was able to undervolt it all the way down to 1.05 millivolts. And I mean, nah, I just said it all wrong because 1.05 millivolts is super low.
I was
He was
about to
able
say yes.
1050 millivolts. He was able to get it to 1050 millivolts, and his overclock, him being in the overclock that he had, stuck more. It stuck more despite having less voltage. And what that comes down to is that pretty much the RX480 is using more voltage than what it needs to. I guess to give the user some overclockability at stock voltage, I guess. But at the end of the day, if you lower the volts, you could potentially gain a couple of FPS.
But
Might
which is
not be major,
okay. I mean,
might not be major, but hey,
lower the voltage,
that's
increase frames. That's kind of seems a little backwards to me.
yeah. I mean, I could probably link you to a article right now where they did the same thing with the Fury series, and they was able to do the same exact thing: lower volts, increase frames.
So the lower the voltage, frequency remains the same,
Yep.
and they got frames per second increase.
Yeah.
That's voodoo magic. Uh, that's what that is.
It's
Uh,
you have to think of it like this. This is I mean, I know you know how technology works, but you have to get everything perfect because if you I think of it like chemicals. That's how I think of it. If you add too much of something, that doesn't mean that the chemical that you're creating is going to be more and more powerful. After a certain point, the potency of the chemical drops off because you're overloading it with what it needs. And
mhm.
a lot of people a lot of people thinks like, don't you know how when you mix pop and what is it
Wait,
called?
mix what?
Pop and it's like this little mint. It's like this little mint. I can't think of what it's called, but it's this mint that you usually like that people like drop inside of a pop bottle. Close the pop bottle.
Oh yeah, I've
Mentos.
seen that. Mentos, yeah. You put it, I see them put them in Pepsi and stuff like that. Sodas.
Yeah, yeah. So if you drop a Mentos in a pop bottle, and, and put the lid on, the Mentos is going to create so much like force because they're going to be chemically reacting that it's going to pop. It's going to pop. But say like if you put 12 Mentos in that pop bottle, close it up, there's a good chance nothing will happen. And the reason why is because you overloaded. You overloaded the reaction.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what's going on with the voltage. It's increasing heat where the heat doesn't need to be there. Like I was just doing it on my CPU. I was because my CPU was at stock, so I kept putting it I kept putting the volts at like 1.5, then dropping them down to 1.2 just to see the difference. And like when I was at like 1.35 volts,
Hmm.
I think the CPUs was at doing what is it called? I think the CPU was at 4950 degrees Celsius. And then when I dropped it down to 1.08, it went all the way down to like 29. And that's pretty much
Voltage
what,
on the Intel
oh,
platform does make a big difference in temperatures. Huge.
yeah. Yeah, I see. At first I thought people was just talking, but now I literally see that it makes a huge difference. And like it's just you got to get it right. If you don't get it right, it's not gonna work. That's all I gotta say.
So you think they were giving the extra voltage just to have people have better overclocks?
I think so. That's exactly what I think. I think they was adding more voltage so people could overclock without adding any voltage. Like if people like, oh no, I don't want to add voltage because I don't want to break my car. You know how some people
Yeah.
want to go halfway instead of going the full mile. And I think that's why they gave the extra voltage so you could still hit 1300 megahertz without touching your voltage.
Okay. I mean, technically, with all the graphics cards, I mean, manufacturers know what they're doing. So if they say you can go plus 50 in the core or whatever voltage they have set there, that's
Mhm.
fine. Usually it is fine. You just gotta watch your temperatures.
Yeah, that's pretty much
I'm
it.
not even right now. I'm not overclocking, but it's touching 90C on my card. Kills me
Yeah.
sometimes inside, but
You see, I can't even go over 78. The moment my car hit 78, the LED on it turned red, and I don't know. It's something about that red LED that freaks me out. So I usually start turning the fans up, turning my case fans up, and everything. Take the side panel off. I don't like to see that red LED.
yeah, I hear you. All right, so you want to move over to some gaming topics since we're like whatever we didn't hit today, we can hit it another time
Yep,
on the
let's
next
go.
tech. We can move over to some gaming. Then we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got scared just now. Okay, we're an hour and 22 minutes in. So, I mean, technically, I got to cut some parts out, so it's gonna be
Mhm.
shorter than that. So, okay, so let's move into some gaming topics. Which one you want to pick first?
Nintendo NX won't be as powerful as PS4
Okay, I know why I feel like you was gonna go with that first.
because it's disappointing.
Haven't really been keeping up with it, but
I have.
see the way I see it, I don't know what the Wii U's are hitting. What's the new one? Oh my god, is it the
The
Wii
Wii
U?
U?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So those games are they hitting? What is at least are they at least hitting? I don't know what resolution they're at, but are they at least hitting 60 frames per second?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Well, I mean, I don't got a
Yeah,
problem with it. You know?
The Wii U games, almost every single game on the Wii U is 1080p 60.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's it's because of the art style that Nintendo uses. So all of their games, and it's hard to come past a Wii U game that's not 60 frames a second. All of their main games, Smash Brothers, 60 frames a second, no matter what. Um, it's they even got Smash Brothers to the point where you could have 8 people fighting on the screen and not have a single frame drop. 60 straight through.
So why is this kind of disappointing?
Because it's not it's disappointing because oh they won't be able to do 1080p 60. It's not that. The reason why it's disappointing is because Nintendo been dropping little hints that 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 they was going to release a powerful console.
Mm.
Like, and they wouldn't flat out say it, but they was using models. They was using models that they was using back in the day from the Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo. They was using models from back then when they cared about nothing but performance. And the model that they was using was now you're playing with power.
I
And
see.
that was Nintendo's model back up in the day to show that our graphics is better than yours. And so I was expecting the NX to be pretty powerful.
So I'm expecting some graphics improvements, of course.
Yep.
But as long as they could do, like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of the
Yeah,
thing. People are kind of
Mario
switching over to
Kart,
4K. More people with
Mario
4K
Kart
TVs.
60 frames per second, Smash Bros 60 frames per second. Every single Mario game 60 frames per second. Call of Duty 60 frames per second. All of the games that they have is 60 frames per second.
Wait, Black Ops 3?
That's Nah, they don't have Black Ops 3. I believe the
Okay.
latest Call of Duty they have is Black Ops 2. You know, Call of Duty don't want to create on their platform simply because Nintendo has a totally different architecture. But that
Hmm.
will be answered when Nintendo comes out with this new architecture because they will be on x86 just like everybody else. Because IBM IBM isn't making any more processors.
Okay. Well, as long as they can hit 60 FPS, maybe 1080p. I know 4K is definitely up on the rise. 4K TVs are becoming cheaper.
Nah, they ain't doing no 4K.
I know. Yeah. I mean, maybe some movies, some 4K Blu-ray. You know?
Mm,
No. Okay.
Nah,
Not even. Okay. Well.
that's not Nintendo's thing. They usually don't allow you to play movies on there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I don't think any Nintendo console allows you to play movies. Well, I believe you was yeah you was able to hack the Wii and be able to play movies,
Hmm.
but it was never native as far as I know. Because I've been using the Wii since release, and I know the only time when I was able to play movies was when I hacked it. I'm not telling you to hack it, but
I don't have one,
a
so
hacked
I
Wii
can't. I don't have one.
is great.
So yeah. But all right. So next topic. Um, the Xbox Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay. Uh. All right. So the Xbox Scorpio.
Got jokes.
All right, is gonna have 6 teraflops of computing power, which is the biggest thing so far. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are speculating 4K gaming. No. Mm-mm.
Yes.
No.
Yes, it will.
4K 30? Okay.
No, it's gonna be
Yeah?
4K 60.
Man, 4K 60? Really? You really think so?
Yeah. you gotta think about it. A console is not a PC.
I know it'll definitely be more optimized, but I can't
It's way
still.
more optimized.
I still can't feel me. I feel me. I can't feel it. Just wrapping around my head, just going 4K 60.
Bro,
It's kind of hard to believe that ish.
bro,
I'm seeing more 4K 30. I mean,
if the PS4 is able to have how many stream processors they have, and then it's
I don't
not
even
even
know.
and then it's not even the most recent stream processors. It's like generation 1. It's like generation 1 or 2. Let me try to look this up.
Yeah,
Because I
but
believe I believe the PS4 has like 1,028. If the PS4 has like 1,028, let me see. Oh, okay. It has 1,152 stream processors, and it's not even the processors that's inside of the It's not even the processors that's inside of like the R9 290 series. It's more closely to the HD 7950, and you have to think about it like this: if it could use that with a laptop CPU, I mean, not even a laptop CPU. The Jaguar is like a tablet CPU, just with 4 more cores,
mhm.
and then it's coming in at like 1.8 gigahertz and able to do 1080p 60 in some games, and it could do like Battlefield 900p 60 frames per second, and that's like on like medium graphics or something like that. This processor, and then what's the T flops?
6.
No, not of that one, of the PS4. The PS4,
1.84.
yeah, 1.84. That was it. And you got to think of this. This is more than 4 times the teraflops that the PS4 have. They're going to be able to do there. It might not be every game, it might not be a lot of games, but I'm gonna tell you this: every single Call of Duty gonna come out in 4K
Oh,
60
for sure.
FPS.
Yeah, I see that one.
If they don't come at 4K 60 FPS, they're gonna come at 3K at 60 FPS, upscaled to 4K, because that's what Call of Duty do. It's gonna be a little bit lower, but they gonna hit that.
Okay.
That's
We'll
how
see.
that's how I feel about it.
I don't know about every game.
Nah, no, it's
So,
not gonna be every game. It's
but
gonna be
what I'm thinking about is, are they going to sacrifice, and they probably are, the graphics fidelity?
Yes,
So,
they will.
I mean, shit. I don't
It's
even.
it's either you're gonna play at 1080p ultra, or you're gonna play at 4K medium or high,
Yeah,
whichever one they
they're
could.
probably going to go for 4K.
Yeah,
They're probably going to go for that.
yeah, and that's like, because the division is already starting. The whole little giving well, actually, what the Uncharted actually started it, but The Witcher actually gave you options of like, oh, do you want this graphic option on? And that's on consoles. The division is giving console players options of what type of graphical setting they want on and
I've heard
off.
of something like that. Okay.
Yeah, so hey man, I just
Only
I just
advanced
think
users would probably change that. I think
hmm?
more advanced users would change something like that. A regular user probably won't care. So that's how I see it. But I think it's probably going to be more expensive.
Oh
Yeah,
no, a regular user will change that. You have to
they
think about it. You
a
have to think of
regular user,
yes.
they're going
Do
to
you
care about that.
do you are you not into the console wars?
Not really, no.
That's
But
why
those
you don't
people
think that.
seem those people that are like commenting with all that stuff. They're more advanced than a regular person.
No.
My friends with a PS4 won't give two shits about that. They don't even know the option exists. I'm telling you, I'm talking about those
Let
regular
me t-
people.
Let me tell you this. The regular people are the people arguing about graphics. What are you talking about?
Not
I
all of
live.
them. I think
Yes,
I think that's a small piece of the
I
people,
went
man.
to an entire.
I'm telling.
Literally,
That's
when the PS4 and the Xbox One was announced, and they showed off the graphical fidelity of the PS4 of
right.
Killzone, and they compared it to what Xbox showed off. Do you know what my whole school was talking about?
Your whole school.
Oh, oh,
Damn.
did you
Okay.
not see the graphics of the PS4? Did you not see the graphics
Yeah.
of the PS4?
Okay,
They
but
come they compare graphics amongst consoles, but the moment you step in with a PC, they don't care about graphics because they know they can't compete. But when amongst each other, they be like, "Why do I want a Wii U? The Wii U graphics don't look as good. Why do I want an Xbox One? Y'all can't even play it. Y'all can't even play at 900p. No, they say y'all can't even play at 1080p. I'm playing. Look at this. I'm playing Battlefield at 1080p. Actually, you're actually not, but I'm gonna let you think that. Yeah, I'm playing Battlefield at 1080p. They Battlefield said they had to lower the resolution on the Xbox to get it to run at 60. Like they care about that. Just like they care about the 60 FPS. They think they don't, but the moment a game not 60 FPS, they have a problem. No, console, I'm telling you, I just got into PC gaming. The the
okay.
the graphic wars amongst PlayStation and Xbox is bigger than bigger than PC arguments.
All right. All right. I mean, you got them. I don't. Last time I had an Xbox, I had it for 3 months. It was gone, freezing up on me. So
You can ask my little brothers. My little brothers played the PC, and they see the graphics of the PC. But when it comes to them talking about Xbox, yo, would you ever get an Xbox? No, they graphics not even good as the PlayStation. Why would I want to downgrade? That'll be the first thing that they tell you.
maybe things really have changed.
No, it's always been about graphics.
Not
If you,
always.
yes, it
Okay.
has.
Well, okay. I'm talking about when it comes to like in the menu options changing what resolutions
No,
you want.
no, I'm
They're not
talking
gonna
about the
care
way
about
the
that. But when
game
it comes
look.
to graphics, well, the people around me don't give two shits.
That might be a New York
Some
thing.
people do care, but majority of them don't give a shit. They just want to play the game, get over with it. They see the game, they see the games that are available on the PS4 compared to the Xbox. Like, okay, well, I like the PS4. Plus, they got other friends in the area that in their group that actually has the PS4, and that's why they go with it. That's the reason why I'm going with a PS4 over an
Mm.
Xbox, because all my friends have a PS4. None of them got a PC. Ain't showing us
Let
no
me.
love out here, but people do talk about graphics. Yes, remember this one was back in high school. Um, but yeah,
The
okay.
only generation where graphics did not matter was the PS2 generation because the PS2 won and it was literally the least powerful console. That was the only generation where graphics did not matter. If you look at any other generation, Nintendo versus Atari, Nintendo won because it had better graphics. Super Nintendo versus whatever Sega had out. The
Mm-hmm.
Super Nintendo won because it had better graphics. Super, the Nintendo 64 versus the PlayStation 1. The 64 lost not because it had worse graphics, but because it had a cartridge. If it would have had a CD, it would have still won because they graphics was better. It nobody could deny that the graphics was worse. That's and consoles has always been about graphics. PS3 versus 360. The biggest thing you hear is graphics. The 360 cannot push the same graphics that the PS3 can. It's
That was definitely something that was talked about. Um, I've seen some comparisons, and I really couldn't tell a difference.
bro.
Not now, but way later on, like before.
Nah,
This is
I
probably
don't.
2009. I was talking about maybe.
Yeah, I know what
I
you
don't know,
mean.
but now if it's much different. I mean, talking
Like,
about the same game like GTA, where you compare them and stuff like that.
compare Forza to what's PlayStation version?
Shit,
Forza.
I know. I can't think of it right now.
I uh I think it was like GTA or what was the
I think a lot of people know what you're talking about,
abbreviation?
but yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't. It's not. Gran Turismo.
Grace, okay.
Gran Turismo.
Yes.
Gran Turismo looks like a straight PC game, and also they have got Gran Turismo. I believe it was five. Gran Turismo 5 that's on the PS3 to run at 120 frames a second. Like, and that game is visually.
120?
Yes, yes. When they showed it off, it was running at 120 frames per second on the PS3, and the graphics is stunning. Till this day, those graphics are stunning.
Okay.
Like
120 frames though? All right. Okay.
Gran Turismo, I believe it was 5. Let me check. Yeah, Gran Turismo 5. That was the one that they showed off. And if you look at the graphics of that game, the
Mm.
graphics of that game is beautiful. And it's like that's always been a like literally when Grand Theft Auto 5 Grand Theft Auto 5, right? Yeah. When Grand Theft Auto 5 released on the PS3 and I mean not PS3, PS4 and Xbox One,
Right.
you know did do you know that it started a whole graphical war?
Nope.
You didn't know
I'm
that?
not I don't have a console. I don't have it.
Grand Theft Auto 5 started a whole graphical war over PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And the war was over. Somebody took a picture of the grass. And
There we go.
and the
Oh, I've heard
PS3
something about that.
the PS4 grass had
Grass.
3 blades versus the Xbox One's 1 blade.
I'm
And they
done.
was like, "See, told you the PS4 was more powerful."
I'm done. That's hilarious.
They like it has 3 blades. The grass has 3 blades each. It can render more.
Mm.
And that was like a big debate. And the Xbox fans was like, nah, that's because you can't tell the difference. It's just grass. Who care about grass? And then they was like, if you ain't care about grass that much, it would have 3 blades. Like,
Mhm.
people was just it started a big war about graphics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but what do you think the pricing is going to be, like for the Scorpio?
I say five five
I think
hundred.
it's 650 is fine. Come on, bring it on. 650, that's fine. I'm good with that. Every 4 years, a new hardware refresh, maybe. You
I,
disagree
s-
with that? Every 4 years, 5 years, four.
I mean every 4 years is how consoles is supposed to be, but it was literally the longest console year was the console cycle was the PS3 and
3, yeah.
360
That
because
shit was
people didn't
hella
want to.
long.
Yeah, and it's still going on because people do not want to abandon those consoles
Oh, those poor
because you
babies,
got
they're gonna get left out. This is gonna happen eventually.
yeah it's gonna no it's
Yes,
not. Do you know the PS2 just
they're gonna
stopped?
get they're gonna
No.
stop making games for it.
Do you know the PS2 just stopped having games made for
I'm
it
talking
like
about
last
like
year?
the games, not every single game, obviously, but major games like
I think
GTA 5.
2K16 was on the
Not
PS2.
GTA 5. I don't know what I don't play 2K16, but
That's a major game. That's an NBA game, and I could swear it's either 2016 or 2015. That game was on the PS2.
Black Ops 3 is on PS3, isn't it? I know it is.
Yes,
I seen that shitty
yes,
graphic. You seen that shit? Yo,
it's horrible.
that hurt my eyes. They're gonna stop because
Yeah, it
the
looked like
next
blocks.
the
It looked like blocks.
the
Did you not see the like story mode?
No, so I'm playing some kind
Oh
of
my
multiplayer.
god. Bro, they said the story mode isn't in the game, but somebody was able to like bypass all the locks
Uh huh.
and get to the story mode. It looked like, bro, it looks like Nintendo 64 graphics.
Oh wow, that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why they're gonna stop. I'm sure the next COD isn't gonna come there.
Oh
Come,
no, it's not.
yeah. Um, Battlefield definitely not. So that's what I'm saying. So, and those are pretty big titles. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking 650. That's fine. You know, I'm okay with that. Anywhere between 550 and 650 is fine for a console, especially since it has to last so long, like 4 or 5 years. So I think that's definitely okay. Next up, we have the PlayStation Neo.
This the last topic, you all. I know we done went
Yes,
on the I know we done
this.
talked on the tangent, but
Yeah,
that's how
sometimes you
it
thought we get
gets.
lost a little bit, but it's a conversation. So, the PS4 Neo set to be around 5.5 tera. Can I put this in a different? Hold up.
Yep, 5.5 teraflops
Oop,
is what it's rated to
oop.
be. A stock Rx480.
I don't know why I did this. This doesn't make any sense. All right. Um.
The
So
PS Neo is reportedly to have the RX480, and I think that's pretty much confirmed. 'Cause,
when you're looking at the teraflops, yes,
yep, and then looking at
that's actually pretty
what
good though.
AMD, and also looking at what AMD has said with them with Polaris obtaining multiple slots in the consoles in the console market, and as well as Apple.
Yes.
Yeah, but
So
I think the PS Neo gonna be 4 4K. It's gonna be everything we said about the it. Well, tell you the truth, we should have just did the PS Neo and Xbox Scorpio in the same segment because
yeah,
they're the same thing.
pretty
They're pretty
much.
much gonna be the same thing.
Same thing, pretty much. You know, price increase likely.
Yeah.
So 650, no more than that. We'll be all good. No more than 650. So
Mhm.
yes, that's pretty much it. We don't have anything else. CPU, all that stuff. We don't have. I probably won't show any footage anyway because you know, if they did have something, I don't want no strike. Trying to keep it clean and minimalistic as possible. So yeah, I think that pretty much does it for our tech show. The tech show. I think that pretty much does it for the tech show. I'm about to say tech update. Yeah. So yes, people. So those of you that are new, get subscribed. Visit my boy Thomas. I'll put his YouTube in the link in the description below. If you want to go ahead and follow him on Twitter, that's his handle right there. You can follow me too. That's my handle down there below. I'm sure you guys have seen that. Anything else you want to tell the people?
Have a great time.
Have a great
Have a
time.
great time and have a great day.
All right. So we'll see you next week.
Yep, next week I say probably Wednesday again,
Yep.
maybe.
Give
All
or
right.
take between Wednesday and Friday.
Yeah, I say
So
give us Wednesday through Friday.
definitely. So all right. So until then, we'll see you guys later. Peace.
See you.
Okay.